So what can we talk about in the time, bro? Chill, dude. I think I've already done one with the state of gaming, right? I would just, well, I guess I'll touch up on it. The state of gaming. So I feel like the state of gaming is definitely not where it used to be, right? It used to be a time where developers had games. They made the games. It was all due to passion, right? The passion to make a good quality product. You know, I don't know if you guys remember back when Nintendo used to make games. They used to have called a Nintendo like quality seal or something. Actually, hold on. I think I still have my game. I do have my GameCube games. I can actually show it. Hold on. So if you guys can see, that is the Nintendo. It's not really. Oh, there it goes. The official Nintendo seal, right? That was back when games had to be good, like, and actually have the full product before they could come get released. Come get released. You know, to the public, and it's just that like that day and age is gone, bro. Just like companies now, they're just so focused on making a quick buck and just doing microtransactions, cosmetics, and season passes. Now, granted, cosmetics, those don't really affect gameplay, which is okay, right? But it still falls under the whole like scummy business tactics of just wanting money rather than creating a quality product, which is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's so stupid. It's like now you already have companies with pre-launch DLC. You know what I'm saying? Or post-launch, whichever the correct phrase to refer to it. It's like at that point, you know, if the DLC is quote unquote ready, why not just put it into the game? You know what I'm saying? And just come out with a completely original DLC. And granted, like everyone has ideas and stuff. So like, maybe they have an idea and they're like, all right, we can, instead of putting it in the game now, we'll just charge money for it. But you know, being a game director, I'm pretty sure, or storyboard directors for games, I'm pretty sure ideas pop up like all the time for your product. So releasing what you have pre-planned and then putting that into the game already, and then after the game comes out, you think of some more stuff to release as DLC. Pretty sure, like, even if it takes a long time, as long as it's good, people are gonna play it, because I always feel like if your product is good enough, it's gonna speak for itself. People are gonna drop money, so you don't have to create these other tactics in order to get money from people. If people want to support it, if it's good, they're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have all these extra business practices to make them so scummy, right? Or predatory business practices. I don't know. I just feel like if it wasn't so much, I don't know what was the first game to introduce microtransactions or season passes or whatever. But whatever game did that, I would not be surprised if it was 2K or like FIFA or something. And like 2K, is NFL under 2K? The license? I don't know. Or the EA? I don't know. I don't play sports games, so I don't know who has the license for that. But regardless, you see it was either 2K, EA, or some other company that did some dumb shit, right? With that, and then other people within the game industry, like developers and stuff, seeing how much money they can make from that, right? And then that just became the norm now. So I don't know, like whatever game company first did that with every game, that did nothing but makes that did nothing but hurt the gaming industry. That's all that did, bro. And that shit is trash. I just wish we can go back to the days where when we paid for a game. Just wish we go back to the days where when we paid for a game, we knew what game we were gonna get. We knew we were gonna get the full game. We knew we were gonna get the best version of that product that was gonna be released to us. And if DLC came out, the DLC was gonna be good. It wasn't just gonna be a quick crash grab. It wasn't gonna be a quick cash grab. and everything was just gonna be smooth. Glitches happen, you patch out the glitches, but in terms of just a good product, we knew when the product was gonna be, coming out, and it was gonna be full-fledged product. So I don't know, bro. We just need to take a stand. Like, bro, think about it. I wish gamers would come together and just start speaking with the voice. Like, if you realize that a game is having some scummy business practices when it comes to milking money out of the consumer, you don't like it, and people just band together and make a stand to where they don't want to pay for that stuff, I think all in all, it'll just be a good thing, a good look for the community. Because think about it, without money, they don't have jobs because their businesses are will be going bankrupt, right? So like, if we say, hey, we don't want to pay for this, we want full-fledged games, we don't want all this predatory stuff in our games, you know what I'm saying? They're not listening, so we just stop buying games. They're gonna be forced to actually put out good products. Money speaks, or money talks, or whatever, but your wallet talks, bro. All this frustration, if you still buying it, like, for instance, this is like a common complaint. Even though I don't play sports games, but you always hear people saying 2K is ass, NFL is ass, but people buy that shit every year, and they're like, well, it's a monopoly because those are the only games that come out that have the I guess you say IP or the license for those type of games, right? I know NBA Live, but we're not gonna talk about NBA Live, but regardless, because that's the most decent form of that game. But it's like, you don't have to do anything. Yeah, you might be a sports fan, you might like basketball, you might like NFL, but if you're not having fun with the game that you're playing, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I play games that have fun. The famous quote, as Protege says, play games that have fun and not rage, and not be raging. But regardless, play games that have fun. If there's a game I realize I'm not having fun with, I'm not gonna play it no matter how much I like it. Example, I'm gonna get back to the example. I really loved Homefront. I don't know if you guys loved Homefront, right? The good thing about Homefront was the great multiplayer that it had, and I think at that time it actually had dedicated servers, something that Call of Duty didn't have and probably still doesn't have. I don't know, I've been away from the Call of Duty franchise forever, and like the online was really smooth. They came up, I'm talking about Homefront now. The online was really smooth. They came up with some great innovative ideas that Call of Duty later took and put into their own game, which is, you can clearly tell because they had score streaks, and that was something that Homefront had. You killed someone, you gained money, and you use your money to buy a score streak. And Call of Duty implemented that into their next game. So obviously they seen that Homefront had some good ideas to implement into the game, right? So not only did it have good ideas, it had good online, right? It was just an overall good experience, but everyone was on the Call of Duty wave that anything other than Call of Duty was trash. People didn't play it. So, Homefront was out, the population went down, and then it was coming out with another Homefront sequel. I forget what it was called, but regardless, it was in development hell. And over time, you just heard worse news about it. I don't remember all the details, but I remember the biggest one was that they took away the multiplayer, and it was just co-op, like Horde mode or something like that. Well, not Horde, but you just fight enemies. Think of it like a Spec Ops from like Modern Warfare 3. And it's like, you took out the main thing that people liked about that game was its multiplayer. Why would you take it out? There's no reason to take out that mode. If that was the main selling point of how, the main selling point of that game of how good it was. So why take it out? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. And I didn't buy it because I knew that I wouldn't like that. I didn't like that decision, and therefore I didn't buy it, no matter how much of a fan I am of Homefront. Even I would still, if they came out with another Homefront game, I would buy that. I would buy that game, especially if the multiplayer was good. Same thing with MAG. A lot of people didn't like MAG. I like MAG, right? If they came out with a MAG 2, I would buy it. But if they came out with some questionable decisions, I would not buy it. It's simple as that. You're not forced to play anything. You have an option to choose to play it or not. No matter how much of a fan you are of something, if you realize that it's not good business practices, right, don't support it. So yeah, I get what people say of, well, 2K, and even though EA has the license to Madden, trash, but those are the only outlets to play those games because they're the only ones making it. Yeah, true. But if you're not having fun, it's a waste of money, and you're supposed to be playing games to have fun. If you're not having fun, what's the point? And I honestly don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? You're not held by chains to play 2K and Madden every year, but people still do it. So if you guys I just felt, well, you guys, but just saying, if people just actually took a stand with their wallet and said, I don't want to play this, I don't like it, therefore I'm not buying it. And a lot of people did that are fans of those series. The developers would have no choice but to be forced to make changes, or else they get no money, and when you don't have any money, you're going out of business. Simple as that. The people have a way to make a stand, but they don't come together to see the change that they want. They just accept the crap that developers give them, and you're stuck with the monopoly of this of a trash game, or basically a reskin. You can pay $60, now $70 for a roster update. Trash, bro. You know what I'm saying? Garbage. You know, and that's the reason. Another example. That's the reason why I stopped playing Call of Duty. I wasn't having fun with the series anymore. I felt like the series was regressing instead of progressing. Right? It wasn't really coming up with too many new ideas. It seemed like recycled garbage. And my stance on it was, this is what ultimately made me quit Call of Duty. I said that if COD, after Black Ops 2, right, that was the last game that I purchased besides Modern Warfare 2019, because they bamboozled me. But regardless, before I went to Modern Warfare 2019, Black Ops 2 was the last Call of Duty game I played because I was tired of connection issues. Everyone knows, if you're a fan of Call of Duty, that you've been playing it since like near the beginning, early stages, back when it was on top, that, excuse me, everyone always had a death where you got shot behind a wall, or behind a corner. Like on your screen, you see your character going behind the corner. On their screen, you're still running. So, and when you die, your character dies behind the wall, and then the kill cam shows them shooting you before you ran. It's connection issues, that peer-to-peer stuff, having a host, trash, bro. Call of Duty is $1 million company, probably $1 billion company. They can afford dedicated servers, right? So the connection was trash. There wasn't really there wasn't any innovative ideas that they were coming up with. So I decided that I didn't want to play it anymore. And this is just me. Imagine if there was a whole, like, thousands, millions of me's going around saying, look, I'm not buying this game until you guys make these changes. Obviously, I didn't voice my dislikes with the game, with the developers, because, you know, I'm just one person. You know what I'm saying? But, like, that was my personal gripes with the game, where I said if they don't be innovative, they don't have dedicated servers, I'm done buying another Call of Duty game, I'm done playing another Call of Duty game. And I stuck with that, and I still have not, I don't have an urge to go back. Like I said, they got me with Modern Warfare 2019 because I thought they were actually listening to the community and taking it back to how the golden years of Call of Duty used to be. But it was nothing like that. It was a really camp heavy game. Footsteps were so loud, sound like a bunch of rhinoceroses running around the battlefield. The only time your footsteps were silent if you got a field, was that field upgrade, field command? I don't know what it was called. That game was trash. And you get that silence as a field upgrade or whatever. And even then, that was like what, a minute, 2 minutes max, and then you gotta earn it again. So that was trash. That game favored campers heavy, and that game basically died. Like, that game was dead. Right? The thing that saved Modern Warfare 2019 was Warzone. And people still play Warzone to this day. To this day! You know what I'm saying? To this day! People still play Warzone. So that saved it. Had Warzone not came out, Modern Warfare 2019 would have died because that joke was trash, bro. Like these developers are making changes that nobody asked for. They want to appeal to casuals, you know, of people that don't even play games, right? Like they're appealing to people that only want to come on, have a couple of games, and get off, you know, from a long day of work or whatever they're doing, and get off. They're not really they don't really play the game enough to understand all of the gripes, all of the glitches that's happen, all of the bad game design. They don't play enough and invest enough time to see those type of issues with the game. So for some reason why people, well, not people, but developers feel like they need to appeal to casuals is ridiculous to me. You want to listen to the people that are actually putting time in and investing in your game and noticing all these glitches, all these bugs, all these inconsistencies within the game engine, right? Because they play the game so much, they know what to look for, right? Like they're appealing to people that are probably gonna play a couple games, get off, or play the game a couple times in general and then never play the game again. Like, why are you appealing to people like that? Yes, the casuals are the ones that bring in the money, because if you can get someone to buy a Call of Duty game that's never played a Call of Duty game before, then obviously you did good marketing, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's good marketing. But still, yeah, you got more money. This goes back to my main point. It's all about money. Yes, you got more money than what you would have per se, because you got new people to buy it, but your main audience isn't happy, and therefore they're gonna leave the game, and then you end up with a dead game. So yeah, you get money, but is it really worth it? At the end of the day, they probably think it is, but me personally, if I was running a business, I would think that I would want people to actually stay and play the game rather than make money up front, and then get the casuals to play it. They stop playing, they drop the game. The hardcore audience, they're complaining. That's crazy. Like, as a developer, you see that your audience is complaining and you do nothing to rectify the issues. But regardless, maybe I'm just a different type of person. But you see that people are complaining, don't do anything, they leave, and then you repeat the cycle. You make another game the next year, hit casuals, the hardcore fans are not happy with your product, and then they leave the game, and it's an endless cycle. Like, yeah, you get money, but you lose the trust of your core fan base, which I don't think is worth it in the end. But like I said, I'm just one person. More people came together and thought like that, I feel like things will get changed within the gaming community. But whatever, maybe one day, maybe it'll never happen. The only thing you have to choose is either you support it, because most people say that's the only type of outlet or monopoly of that particular type of game that they have, or you choose not to play it. It's as simple as that. So until we see change of people making a stand, you either play it or you don't. And it is what it is at that point. So that's how I feel. And I made a choice not to play Call of Duty, and I do not miss it one bit. Let me tell you that. I do not miss Call of Duty one bit. Do I want a game series to fail? No, right? I don't want to say, oh, I wish Call of Duty would die out. I wish Call of Duty would fail. No, I want them to, even if they don't go back to what they used to be, like the glory days. I still would want them, like Activision, to produce a quality game, and just have it be good, have a good product. I don't want them to fail. If a product does good, that's competition, and I feel like people bring out the best in themselves when there's competition instead of a monopoly. It's like how these other companies, if you have if you don't have competition, who's gonna stop you? Like I said, you have those two options: you play it or you don't. Like, who's gonna stop you from doing scummy business practices? Nobody. So you get lax. You don't try to be innovative. You don't try to come up with new mechanics, new ideas, anything. You just push something out because people are gonna buy it because they have no choice but to. Well, they do have a choice, but people feel like they don't. But whatever. People have a choice. But whatever. Hopefully we see the progression.